Welcome to Crossroads Church and the Super Bowl of preaching. My lawyers are telling me that saying the word Super Bowl is apparently illegal.
Another subject, I mean, look at all the big name preachers. I mean, I look at all the big and not so big name preachers that I just used to love. I was watching World Harvest Television. Lester Sumrall had started that. I remember Lester Sumrall. And I was watching a commercial, and they were doing some fundraising, and they kept making this symbol with their hands. And there was a Freemasonry site that I was looking at. And I thought, this is really curious. It really looks contrived, and they're doing it in every video. And then they showed a clip of Lester Sumrall preaching before he died, and they kept making this symbol. And you'll see this symbol. News anchors love to make this symbol. You see them doing a lot. I don't know what the name is for it. I think they're making the Illuminati all-seeing eye pyramid, the pyramid like on the dollar bill with the all-seeing eye. But sure enough, my suspicions were proven correct. I was never raised in Freemasonry, thank God. But it is a Illuminati symbol. And then people that I liked start making it. So I wonder how many of our people that we like have been corrupted.
That you need to take a step forward in your life. Have you ever considered why it is that Jesus is the most well-known name in the entire world? I believe it's because he empowered people.
If you're someone that would say, yeah, I would like all the life that God has for me, then you need to let Jesus push you.
Even if you feel like Jesus has forgotten you, he has not forgotten you. He is present. He is interested. He doesn't just see you as a number. Jesus knows your name. The day you start to be empowered to do the things God wants you to do, the adventure he wants you to go after, is the day where you start to sense Jesus and our culture changing. Touchdown!
I bet these mega churches would have really thought Jesus' teachings on the Mount would have been a complete bore without the lights, props, rock bands, and all the other worldly gimmicks. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and pride and possessions, is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires. But whoever does the will of God abides forever.
We think we'll prove to you that church doesn't have to suck. We've got a halftime show. We've got commercials better than Pepsi. Also, Pepsi, please don't sue us. Just really don't like it sued this year. It's kind of our main thing. We hope you have fun. We hope your life goes forward and you enjoy it. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here?
I don't know what to expect from football preaching.
Yeah, very true. Now, in order to be part of this game, the pastors agreed to live and compete in a bubble.
That's right. The players were required to be quarantined at a Crossroads location.
Yeah, I got inside the bubble, and I caught up with each team before the big game. I also had a chance to sit down with this year's Super Bowl of preaching referee, Matt Castleman. Matt, before we get started, inquiring minds want to know, what's going on here? What's up with the dog collar? I mean, you haven't been biting yourself, have you?
No. It's just the only PPE I could find.
Look at all those people. I bet not a one realizes the spiritual battle that's taking place around them. Satan has truly deceived the whole world, and one of his greatest methods has been to divert people's attention away from God with an overabundance of distractions. It has been one of his most effective ways that keeps them unaware of their spiritual condition. God says that there are many people walking on the broad road to destruction, and that only a few find the narrow path that leads to him.
to our first commercial break.
It's an adventure, and adventure's about the journey. You need gear when you're on the go, or when it's time to go. Introducing Camel Crack, a mobile bidet from Camelback. We'll keep you out of the mud and keep the mud out of your butt. Camel Crack's patented 2-hose bidet system cleanses out all your peaks and valleys. 1 hose for drinking, 1 for unstinking. Make sure you only use hose 2 for number 2. So you spray the water on your butt and then it goes in.
Oi. Wait a sec. You guys realize that mobile bidets are a real thing, right?
Goes. If you want to play a part in blessing healthcare and medical workers, we'd love for you to do that. You can check it out at crossroads.net.
Absolutely. Being a part of the church just means that we try to make the world look more like God's kingdom, and this is a great way to do that.
Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would fight, so that should not be delivered to the Jews. But now my kingdom is not from here."
Now to the COVID crisis.
COVID-19
New
still
analysis
decisive
is
on the U.S. for the year.
Last year, the world closed. We did not. We collected food, blessed teachers, wiped out medical debt, supported hospital staff, gave away cars, sewed masks, sponsored children, helped kids celebrate Christmas, tutored kids in India, fed the needy in South Africa, restored water access in Nicaragua, helped rebuild in Puerto Rico, and more. The world changed. Our mission did not. God calls, Crossroads responds. We go and change the world. Join us, crossroads.net/go.
So I went on to Crossroads website like they suggested, and just like many other mega churches, they showcase their good deeds that they refer to as missions. And unless I missed it, I didn't see anything on there talking about giving the good news of the gospel to people on any of their missions. When I first got saved, I was told that I needed to tithe to a church even if I don't go to a church physically. And at that time, I was making pretty decent money and I was tithing 10% of it. But one day I decided to call that church that I was tithing to, and I asked them how come they didn't advertise giving the gospel to people, because on their website it just showed them giving third world countries clean water and food and other good charitable deeds, but they never mentioned giving the gospel to them. And the lady that answered my call from that mega church had a very weak response to that. And so I decided, since they didn't try to give the gospel to them, I decided to stop tithing to that church. Many years ago, I was a manager, and the general manager that was over me would always get on me about my job. She saw it as pushing me to improve my skills, but I saw it as her always wanting to micromanage me. And I would speak to her about that. In so many words, she told me that the day she stopped pushing me would be the day that I would need to worry about my job. At that time, I didn't all the way understand that, but now I realize it was because she saw the potential in me to do better and wanted to see me succeed. If I had continued not to listen, I would have been left to my own destruction and ultimately lost my job. Now, God sees it the same way. He chastises us and rebukes us because he wants us to stay on course. But all these church leaders that have refused to accept God's chastisement and his rebukes, he will leave them be and allow them to continue on the road of destruction. You adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, and would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof, therefore they shall eat the fruit of their ways, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their own turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease, without dread of disaster.